I've been following you and Guild for quite a while now. You help companies to offer education as a benefit to employees. Those companies include Walmart, Disney, Lowe's. But tell me what has happened during this year of the pandemic, especially when it comes to women in the workforce and the sort of reskilling education it's going to take to get the economy back on track.
Hey there, thanks for having me. And I love that question. So we've learned a lot about online learning over the last year. And I think there's sort of a tale of two stories. So on one side, we know that online learning is great for skills acquisition and for underrepresented populations who don't have access. And we also know it's been really horrible for the coming of age experience. So it's not fun for kindergartners, nor is it great for the 18-year-old who wants to hire college to live in a dorm and go to football games and have that emotional maturity while going to class. But for Guild and for most women going back to school, our median learner, she's 32 years old. She's likely a mom, and she's hiring her educational institution to acquire skills and gain economic mobility. So for her, the choice between learning online after her kids go to bed in a synchronous online format versus trying to take a bus to a community college and manage her shift schedule and childcare, the choice gets pretty clear. So what we've seen is that in the pandemic, there's been an increased ability to provide access to education to the folks who need it as it relates to skills acquisition. And that's where we spend all of our time at Guild.
But what's happening now with that core student that you're talking about that Guild serves, maybe early 30s, female, because that sounds like the very same demographic that's been hit the hardest during this pandemic, dropping out of the workforce. What's happening with the reskilling and the process of getting the most meaningful productivity out of that person's potential?
Yeah, so it's pretty dire. So there's 100 million Americans in the US right now, close to 2/3 of our workforce, who are in need of upskilling and reskilling or risk becoming irrelevant in the workforce before they hit retirement age. 17 million of them need new skills in the next couple of years in order to have security. And this isn't just truck drivers, it's cashiers. It's folks working in a number of the roles that have really been increasingly automated over the course of the pandemic. And so, in our goal, we're helping that worker maintain some sort of job security, though it's been horrific to see how many women have dropped out of the workforce. We've worked with a lot of those women to help them get another job at a company who supports upskilling and reskilling, and then putting them on the pathway to move from a frontline role into a family-sustaining wage and a middle-class job that's resilient for the future of work.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.